Hello children, welcome to AIMS India's online classes. You are watching biology session, Soil Our Life Part 2. So in this video, we are going to discuss more about the soil. Before going to more discussion, let us recall. What is humus? The rotting dead matter in the soil is called humus. How soil is formed? What is that process called? The soil is formed by the breaking down of rocks by the action of wind, water and climate. This process is called weathering. Okay. The nature of any soil depends upon the rocks from which it has been formed and the type of vegetation that grows in it, isn't it? What is soil profile? A vertical section through different layers of soil is called the soil profile. Okay, and we discussed about what is the origin. The layers present in the soil profile is referred to as origins, like this: A origin, O origin. O origin is the topmost layer, that is which contains humus or organic matter. Okay, beneath it, A origin, it is also called topsoil. Then E origin in between. So directly we have entered into the B origin. B origin contains subsoil. The particles of A origin is somewhat smaller than the B origin. B origin particles are somewhat large in size. Then beneath it, C origin, it is also called parent material, and the D origin or R origin, it is also called bedrock. Bedrock. Okay. So like that, there are different origins are present. Okay. Let us proceed. The soil types today. What are the different soils and the types of soils, how they are useful, in what way those soils we prefer, what type of soil is suitable for growing different types of crops. Okay, as you know, the weathering of rocks produces small particles of various materials. These include sand and clay. The relative amount of sand and clay depends upon the rocks from which the particles were formed. That is the parent rock. Okay, the parent rock from which the soil particles are formed by weathering, which indicates the composition of the soil. The mixture of rock particles and humus, it is called soil. How can we define soil? Soil is the mixture of rock particles and humus. The living organisms such as bacteria, plant roots and earthworm are also important parts of any soil. Okay, if you take any soil, so as we discussed it, that the topsoil contain living conditions like moisture, air, minerals or the food particles, organic matter, humus. Okay, these are all present in the topsoil. So the living conditions which favors the living organisms such as bacteria, plants, growth of plants, and earthworms. The growth of the plant depends upon the amount of humus present in the soil. Do you agree? Definitely, because humus provides the fertility to the soil. The soil is classified on the basis of the proportion of particles of various sizes. Okay, soil composition depends upon the size of the particles present in it. The soil contains greater portion of big particles. It is called the greater portion of big particles are present in the soil. So these are very important. So these big portion or greater portion of the big particles is called as a sandy soil. Okay, sandy particles. Okay. Now, if the portion contains, if the portion of fine particles is relatively higher, then it is called clayey soil. We are discussing the type of soils. Okay. So the mixture of rock particles and humus form the soil. The amount of the composition in this mixture will determine the type of soil. Okay, if more sandy particles are present, then it is a sandy soil. If more fine particles are present, then it is called a clayey soil. If the amount of large and fine particles is about the same, then the soil is called a loamy soil. So this loamy soil is a unique soil for the growth of plants, because it is in equilibrium, containing the small particles and large particles in equal proportion. Thus, the soil can be classified as three main types: sandy soil, clayey soil, and loamy soil. The size of the particles in a soil has an influence on its particles. Okay, especially the properties of the soil depends upon the size of the particles in a soil. The sandy particles are quite large in size. They cannot fit close together, so there are large spaces between them. Okay. In the properties of soil, large intercellular spaces are present in the soil with the sand particles because they are large in size. These spaces, if the more sand particles are there, then the spaces between them, the sand particles, is filled with air. It is filled with air. We say that the sand is well aerated. The sand is well aerated means contain more air. So water can drain quickly through the spaces between the sand particles. Okay. Next, so the sandy soil tend to be light, well aerated, and rather dry. Okay, light, well aerated, and dry. The clay particles being much smaller than the sand particles, they pack tightly together, leaving a little space for air. Okay. So unlike sandy soil, water can be held in the tiny gaps between the particles of clay. Whereas in the sandy particles, there are more spaces are present, so the water can easily move. But here, there are very tiny gaps are present in the clay soil, so water held. So Clayey soils have less air, but they are heavy as they hold more water than the sandy soils. Okay. The best topsoil for growing plants is loam. Loamy soil is a mixture of sand, clay and another type of soil particle known as silt. Okay, very fine particles of soil called a silt. So a loamy soil is the best soil for the growing of plants. So silt occurs as a deposit in riverbeds. The size of the silt particles is between those of sand and clay. Okay. So clayey soils have little air, but they are heavy because they hold more water than the sandy soils. The best topsoil for growing plants is loam. Loamy soil is a mixture of sand, clay and silt. Okay, the silt, where you find the silt? Silt occurs as a deposit in riverbeds. The size of the silt particles is between those of sand and clay. Okay, so the loamy soil is also has humus in it, so it has the right water holding capacity for the growth of the plants. Okay, the loamy soil also has humus. What is humus? It is organic matter, the decomposing organic matter of plants or animals. It has the right water holding capacity for the growth of plants. So collect the samples of clay, loamy soil and sandy soils. These three types of soils you can collect. So here one more activity to find out the kind of soil. Okay, so you might have observed the different articles made of soil, like recently the festival, Diwali festival, you have celebrated for lighting. Okay, for lamps, small, made of clay, we will use. Okay, so with what type of soil it is made, to understand. Okay, so collect the samples, different types of samples of soil like clay, loamy and sandy soils. Take a fistful of soil from one of the samples. Remove any pebbles, means small stones, small grains of sand, rocks or grass blades from it. Okay, which are we can by hand picking you can remove. Now add water drop by drop and knead the soil. Okay, mix the soil. Adjust, add just enough water so that a ball can be made from it. But at the same time, it should not be sticky. Okay, that's why drop by drop you have to add water and make it into small ball like this. Okay, you can remove the pebbles, stones or any unwanted materials which are present in the soil. You can remove by hand picking, then add drop by drop water and make it into a ball. Okay, can you suggest which type of soil would be the best for making pots, toys and statues? Which type of soil? Obviously clayey soil. Okay, the soil which is soft, the soil which can be made into balls, the soil which is flexible, which you can mix anything in it. Okay, so that is the soil which is ideal for making toys, pots and statues. So properties of soil, let us discuss the another activity. You have listed some uses of soil. Let us perform some activities to find the characteristics of the soil. Percolation rate of water. This is one of the property. Okay. So Boju and Pahli marked two different squares of 50 centimeter into 50 centimeters each. One on the floor of their house and the other one on the kacha, means unpaved road. Okay, it's a small story. They filled two bottles of the same size with water. They emptied the water from the bottles, one each at the same time in the two squares. Okay, they observed that the water on the floor flowed down and was not observed. And another one on the kacha road, on the other's hand, the water was observed. Okay, the Boju wondered why there was a difference in the absorption of water in the two squares. So now let us perform an activity to understand this concept. What is that? Percolation of water. For this activity, divide yourself into three groups or teams. Each group named as A, B and C. The three groups named as A, B and C. You will be finding out how fast the water passes down the soil. Means how fast the water seeps into the soil. You will need a hollow cylinder or a pipe and ensure that each team uses the pipes of the same diameter. Okay, this is the condition. Okay, you will need a hollow cylinder or a pipe. Ensure that each team uses the pipes of the same diameter. Some suggestions for obtaining such a pipe are given below. Go through the first condition. The first suggestion is, if possible, get a small tin can and cut off its bottom. The second suggestion is, if PVC pipe approximately the diameter 5 centimeter is available, cut it into 20 centimeter long pieces and use them. Okay, so measure the rate of percolation performing this activity. Okay, you can take the help of the elders or your teachers to cut the size, the pipe selection and everything. All the groups, three groups, they have to select the same diameter and same the height pipes. Okay, and perform the experiment. So now at the place where you collect the soil, place the pipe about 2 centimeter deep in the ground. Okay, so just like this, 2 centimeter deep in the ground, 2 centimeters for measuring the rate of percolation. The activity we are performing for understanding the property of soil, that is, what is that property? Percolation rate. Okay, the rate of percolation. Pour 200 ml water in the pipe slowly. For measuring 200 ml water, you can use any empty 200 ml bottle. Okay, the plastic bottle, disposable bottle of 200 ml you can use. Note the time when you start pouring water. Then when all the water has percolated, leaving the pipe empty, note the time again. Again you have to note the time, starting and ending time. Be careful not to let the water spill over or run down on the outside of the pipe while pouring. Okay, you have to pour exactly into that pipe. Okay, single drop of water also it should not come out. Okay, that is the precaution you have to take. Now calculate the rate of percolation by using following formula. What is that formula? Percolation rate, okay, in ml per minute. We are calculating the percolation rate per ml of water per minute, okay, is equal to the amount of water in ml. Here 200 ml we have taken. The amount of water in ml by the percolation time. So initial time and final time we have noted. The final time you have to take. Okay. So this is the formula used to calculate the percolation rate. The percolation rate, what are the units? ml per minute is equal to the amount of water in ml by percolation time in minutes. For example, suppose that for a certain sample it took 20 minutes of time, 20 minutes for 200 ml of water to percolate. So what is your calculation? The rate of percolation is equal to 200 ml by 20 minutes, that equal to 10 ml per minute. Okay, 20 tens are 200, so 10 ml per minute. So calculate the rate of percolation in your soil sample by using this formula. Okay. So for example, suppose that for the certain sample it took 20 minutes for 20 ml, 200 ml to percolate. So calculate the rate of percolation by using the formula percolation rate equal to amount of water by percolation time. The units are ml per liter. So the rate of percolation now 200 ml by 20 minutes is equal to 10 ml per minute. So calculate the rate of percolation in your soil sample and compare your findings. Compare your findings with others and arrange the soil samples in the increasing order of rate of percolation. In the increasing order of rate of percolation. Okay, children, this is the first property we are measuring. Okay. So do this experiment and find out the result. Thank you for watching our video. Please subscribe our channel and press the bell icon for receiving latest updates.